Hey guys, it's Steve.
It's Dave.
It's Nick.
And we just wanted to wish you guys a Happy New Year. I was behind on the mug thing. I wasn't ready for that. Anyway, so we just want to wish you guys a Happy New Year. Hope it's spent in good health. Enjoy your time tonight on New Year's Eve, doing whatever festivities you may have planned. And yeah, go into the New Year strong.
And rock out
With
your
your
Crocs
Crocs
on. With your Crocs on. You gotta have your Crocs on.
You can also have them out
in public.
They could be out. Yeah, you can
No,
also
they
have
gotta
Crocs
be
out.
on. Rocks out with your Crocs on.
We just gotta
It doesn't
walk
work as good.
in
But,
the out with
but
the.
you gotta wear your Crocs. Everybody better wear their Crocs at their New Year's parties.
Yes,
That's all
exactly.
I'm saying.
All right.
Have a great New Year. 2024 is your year, folks.
Yes. On with the show.
So you know there's a town in Massachusetts named Shibuya, right?
No.
No.
How do they spell it?
I'll have to get it. Isabella looked it up.
Road
it's
trip.
yeah,
Road trip.
She looked it up. She goes, "How do you spell Shibuya, Google?" And she goes, "Is it a place?" And it showed up as a place in Massachusetts.
That is
We're
crazy.
going to Shibuya, Massachusetts.
We're going to Shibuya,
That's-
told her,
that's
I
a-
told her
We're
that.
going to Shibuya, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, hello and welcome to Kickin' and Crocs, the podcast, where we talk about martial arts stuff, geeky stuff, and it's our 1-year anniversary.
My son is sleeping.
And
No,
I'm
he's
looking
not.
at my
Is he
phone,
really?
So really,
He is,
great.
but that's okay.
Why did
He
no one
won't wake
tell me
up.
this before I started yelling?
Look at my kicking and Crocs bug.
I would have yelled so much
Look
quieter.
at my not kicking in Crocs book. All right.
Look at my Perry the Platypus mug. They can't- wait,
Anyway.
well, the poor audio listeners are like, I can't see the mug.
Shibuya.
Wait,
We already said Shibuya. Yeah, we kicked this off already.
we're talking about
Shibuya.
Massachusetts.
So apparently there's a Shibuya, Massachusetts.
we just talked
And-
about that.
Yeah.
That's part of the intro. We just talked
Is it
about
part
that.
of the intro?
Yes, we just talked. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, here we go. It's our 1-year anniversary, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 1 year to the day that we started this podcast. What is Nick doing? What are you doing?
I'm
on
looking
your
at
phone?
Shibuya,
It's our
Massachusetts.
1-year anniversary, and you're on your phone. What is
It's-
happening?
it's-
This is what we have Kelsey for.
It's
She's doing
also
it right
5
now.
months yesterday. 5 months was Declan's 5-month birthday.
Aww.
5-month
Happy
birth
5-month
anniversary.
birthday, Declan.
Birth-
Birth anniversary? Is that what we're calling it?
birth-anniversary.
It's a birth anniversary?
you should show the pillow.
What pillow? Oh, the pillow. Okay. I don't know. Where is it? Not.
It's over there.
Okay. Well, we'll
We'll,
get
we'll,
that
we'll get there.
later. It's our
We have
1-year
things to talk about.
anniversary, guys.
It's our 1-year anniversary. 1-year anniversary of the podcast, not 1-year anniversary.
No,
of
not 1-year
Kickin' and
anniversary
Crocs.
Kickin' and Crocs. That was back in October?
When did we go? When were we on that ferry boat?
No, that's not the anniversary. That was when I had the idea.
Yeah, but that's when I made the Instagram
That's not
account.
when we posted our first post, though.
This is true, but that's when the account came into existence.
Yeah, I don't really count that as the day that we have the anniversary, though. That should be our first post. The first thing that we posted
This is
should be the anniversary.
riveting.
The Shibuya Hanging Bridge, Clark County. I don't know what that means, but that's the name of it.
That's not what you told
Oh
us,
my
though.
God,
you said
dude.
that it was a
This is
town in
awful.
Massachusetts.
This is the worst.
Turn the phone off.
podcast
We're
we've
celebrating.
Ever done.
No,
Kelsey,
watching-
Kelsey is
Trust me,
here.
it's
She's
not.
looking for it.
Trust
we
me,
have
it's
we
not.
have young Jamie over there.
Yeah.
Kelsey is there. That's
Kelsey's my young
that's
Jamie.
that's a Joe Rogan reference.
Young Kelsey. Do we have an answer?
On
Look that
Shibuya.
up.
Look
On
at
Shibutaville.
anywhere in the world at this
Do
point.
you have an answer on Shibutaville?
We should have named
Anyways,
this
so-
podcast Shibuya and all things in between.
And all things in between. Yep. Anyways,
And you said your name and what
yes,
house
we
you are?
did.
I
Yeah.
No, we didn't do
No, we
that.
Well,
We didn't say the other
Well,
half of Kicking and Crocs.
no, you didn't, because he was over here and you
All
were just
right.
kept saying
So,
Shibuya.
for the third time starting the podcast.
Oh, we'll start this whole thing over again? All right, we'll start it all over again. Here we go.
Shibuya.
Okay, there we go. Hello, and welcome to Kickin' and Crocs, the podcast. We talk about martial arts stuff, geeky stuff, and all sorts of stuff. My name is Steve, one half of Kickin' and Crocs.
I'm Dave, the other half of Kicking and Crocs.
And I am Nick, the shadow half of Kicking and Crocs.
And it's our 1-year anniversary.
Legitimately, we were so calling you the shadow half yesterday. We were trying to organize this on FaceTime, and like you would pop on, and then you would be gone, and we'd just be staring at a cube of you. And Steve and I were talking, but like
he really is the shadow.
we were just shaking our head, going, "He is the shadow half. We
Yeah.
just can't get this together."
Yeah, we just could not get you in the call.
And then
On
like
my
you
screen,
came,
kept freezing.
you came up and you said, "You guys are frozen," and then you disappeared. And Steve and I were like, "What is he
Well,
talking
like,
about?"
we're not frozen.
We're like, "It's got to be his internet," because the two of us were having a nice conversation.
Well, that's Nicole and I are like, is it your internet? Because they keep popping in and out, and I never saw Steve at all. I saw
Wow,
Dave
that's
every once
crazy.
in a
Steve and
while. It
I
would freeze.
consistently were having conversation.
Yep,
the entire
we stayed
time.
there the entire
You
time.
just
We were
kept
there.
popping on and turning off and popping on and turning off, and we're like,
It was so weird.
Steve and I were fine. We didn't have a glitch. I saw him. He saw me. We were chit chatting.
Yeah, man.
I was like,
We're having a good old
my
time.
phone
We-
kept on
we
saying
shut
randomly
down-
join to your call.
well, because
Yeah.
well,
And then it would say it was disconnected.
well,
Then join. Then disconnected.
you would join and then like you would freeze and then disappear and then we'd say, okay, let's try this again. And then finally I was like, Steve, I'm just gonna do this old school. I'm just gonna call everybody.
Thank you.
And he's like, okay.
I just wanted
like,
to
I
see
wanted to
everyone's
see everybody,
face.
but-
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted to see you too. I just couldn't get it working.
Couldn't get it working.
So
yeah.
1 year.
1 year, guys. How are we feeling about that? It's been 1 year since we started this.
It hasn't felt like a day over 50 years.
I agree with
I
that.
think a year went pretty quick.
No, it did
Yeah,
really
no,
fast.
it did.
When I was talking about it with Isabel the other day, she couldn't believe it was already a year. She
Yeah,
listens
man.
to it every week, so she
I
was
can't
really
Oh,
believe
good for
it's
her.
been
Shout out to you, Isabella.
So yeah, it's been so long and like the most consistent thing we've done.
It's very
I
true.
think.
Mine is karate, yeah.
No, I mean
yeah.
the most consistent
Consistent thing
kicking
we've done, kicking in Crocs. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
This is the
Hey,
one thing that we
podcast.
kind of like stuck with and didn't stop. Like we really didn't. There was the only and any time we were gonna miss an episode, we would always post a video saying that it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why. And it was either because of technical difficulties or, if I remember correctly, Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Was one of the days that we were supposed to put up a podcast. We didn't do it on that day because it was Super Bowl Sunday. Those were the only 2 days it really missed. I mean, Nick has missed some episodes, but But yeah,
early,
no,
I think it was
sounds right.
early. I think it was early on. Right?
early
Yeah,
on,
early
if I remember correctly, it was episode. Okay, there was one episode that we didn't do. We did do without you. It was a full episode that we did without you. That was the only full.
the
that,
double recording.
No, that was episode 2. Actually, that was before we didn't. That was before we had decided if you were going to be a permanent part of
Yep.
this or not.
Yep.
And then we decided, you know what, this. Yeah, no, we need him. So episode 2 was without you. But then
Well,
there
it
was
wasn't that
also.
we hadn't decided if we were going to be a permanent.
It was more you. Yeah, you had to
hadn't
decide if you
decided.
wanted to be
You're
or
like,
not.
I'm going to be like
I'm gonna be in and out. I'm gonna be in and out, man. I'm gonna be in and out. He's
I
been
like
here
being in
consistently.
more than out.
Yeah,
so-
man. He was. In
And
it.
then the cruise one.
That's right. There was
Right.
there was the cruise one, but no, actually we didn't do an official podcast
we
episode
did
for
a
that.
shortened.
That was like the episode 30.5. There was
Yeah, we did a
another episode though.
Mm.
There was another episode that you were not around for, where we did a full hour. We did a full hour talk for that, and
Yeah.
the episode was titled "Is Crocs a Cult?" If I recall
Yes,
correctly,
yes,
that one you
yes,
were
yes.
not
The
around
answer
for.
was yes. But
According to Charity,
The
it
answer
is.
was not yes.
According to Charity, she looked up the definition of a cult. But yeah, so guys, it's been a year. I think the first thing we should kick us
She
off with.
called me a charismatic leader, though, so I did. I
Mhm.
did accept that.
Yes. Yes, I'll have to go back and see what her
Take it.
definition was. She put it in the comments on that episode. But in any event,
I'll take that.
yeah,
drink your Kool-Aid.
Senor Dave, you have new Crocs today.
I am sporting. Yeah, these are Echo Storms. These are top of my list. Now I need them in white and gray. I got them in
Yeah.
green.
you didn't take
He's
one
got
off
a
and show
nice
to the
little
camera?
dark
but hold on, hold
greenish,
up.
little off greenish
Kelsey hates them,
in
but I love 'em.
the what are they called again? The Echo,
Echo
Storms.
Storms.
Echo
They're in
Storms.
the Echo line. You know, like my Echo Reflectives, but they're the Storms. They're like
So
storms.
as soon as he sent the picture of it, guys, I got him. Immediately, I was like, "It's the Mummy Croc!"
Yes.
he thinks
so
they look
big
like
time.
Mummy or Frankenstein.
Well,
or,
the white one.
If you guys remember the one episode
I like them.
that we talked about them, Nick goes, they're also known as the Mummy Croc. I think that was
they were,
in
they were my
yeah,
one
that was
pair
the
of
Halloween
Crocs
episode, I
for
think,
Christmas.
Yep.
This is
Yeah.
my one Christmas Croc.
Oh, so the boots are still not on your.
No, I don't have. I don't have boots.
He's clearly he's still here.
Nobody booted
Kelsey
me.
has. Kelsey hasn't booted him
I
yet.
thought somebody was gonna get me boots, but I did not get any boots.
How is he gonna go to the barn without boots? They're boot barn.
He
barn
yelled
boots.
at Kelsey from across the
I
house.
wanted
Thank you for the
I wanted
narrative.
You're welcome.
them, but
Sometimes
I
you don't
did get
what
I
we
did
want.
get I did get my sister. I got my nephew Logan the Nerf Crocs,
The
and
Nerf
then I
Crocs.
got
with bolt
Yep.
It got bolt storage
Oh,
for
nice.
one bolt.
and then I did get
Oh, you used one.
Dominic and my sister. I got the Mellow Recovery clog, which I want. It was on my list myself.
It's like designed to help your foot relax
Yeah,
and
it's like
recover and stuff like
uncomfortable.
that.
And
Yeah, it's
then,
one of those. Yeah.
I got Brandon because his Crocs were the ones he did the Kickin and Crocs video with.
Yep.
Those are starting. One of the dogs it got caught under a couch, or so it ripped a little bit. So I got him a new pair. I got him a all-terrain, but with the what do you call it? With the fabric on the inside.
Okay, yeah. They,
So
still camo.
no, they're like a yellow work boot.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Nice.
So
nice.
they're good. He's comfortable. So
Oh, that's
Very
awesome.
cool.
I got him other gifts. It
So
wasn't all Crocs.
those-
I give
those were the
people things
Christmas
other than
Crocs?
Crocs too.
You didn't have pictures of them with their Crocs on? Oh.
I
Have them
forget.
send it. We should have
Yeah,
them
yeah,
send
have them
Like,
send
it,
them
yeah.
Shoe up. and
Did
then
you put
we-
anything Croc related on your Christmas list? I think I forgot to.
I did cast related, not Crocs. So I got an extra microphone.
Oh,
Just in
okay, okay,
case.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
And that was
Oh wait, you got a
really-
whole nother microphone besides the one that you had? So now you have 2 microphones now.
Wow.
We don't have an input for a 5th one, just so you
We're covered.
so you know.
I need to get you that adapter that I need to get you.
I mean, they make a bigger one of these that has more inputs, but I don't.
I don't think we need that. I don't think we're ever
Yeah.
gonna have more than one guest at a time.
Oh, don't say that. You never know.
Well, if we do, we'll just share microphones like we used to.
But
back,
we-
back in the days.
We're gonna upgrade.
only had
at least
3.
6
I
people at
did
a time.
get. I did get So my oldest nephew wanted a pinball machine, so I didn't get him a pinball machine, but I
Yes.
got him one of those wood.
He's-
pinball?
So I didn't get it for him, but
No, I got.
But here's
him,
what I did
I
do.
didn't get him a full size pinball machine because those are expensive. But I got him. It's cool. It's made of wood, and you build it yourself. It's a full build. It's a full working pinball machine. So it's like a tabletop, but it's a full working. You put it all together yourself. It looks awesome.
we
Like,
have
I
to try
kinda
to
want
post
one
the
myself.
picture because the video you showed me with the picture was so cool, where it actually had the working lights.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
the
No, it
sounds.
does, and it's a huge build. So
And
Oh, that's
I think
cool.
what was funny, we were reading the comments, and the people were saying
It took
how
me forever,
yeah.
but I did it,
After
and it's
well, you know,
fun.
5
It's-
solid 8-hour days.
Yeah.
it's such a mixed review though, because then there's some people like, oh, it wasn't that hard to put together. So I'm always like, I always think back to like the little storage corner bench I have in the office,
Yeah, yeah.
which we're cleaning up, and we'll eventually do some podcasts in there too.
Could make that the first location for episode 50. First
The
location of
reviews
the new
on
year.
that one were like, oh, it's really nice, but very difficult to put together, very hard, and it was no more difficult than like IKEA furniture. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
do
let's
you
be
know
honest.
how to use a drill? Do
Let's
you
be honest.
Like,
Well, some people don't.
Can
That's
you
the
glue
thing.
things
Some
together?
people are
it's
not as
literally-
handy.
It's literally just like you have to be able to use a screw, like a driver, like a bit
Some that
driver.
drives
Yeah,
the
yeah.
screws in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all you need to know how to do. And
Which
I'm
I
like,
have to
what
get
is?
that.
It's not hard.
I don't have like I have a traditional like electronic screw gun, but I don't have a driver gun, which is the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Which are again, if you don't know anything about it, you wouldn't know.
You
You're
wouldn't
just
know
like,
how
oh,
to
it's all
do
the
it.
same.
All right, gentlemen. So first things first, we're gonna do some New Year's themed stuff today because it is is New Year's Eve today, and it is also our 1-year anniversary. So we're gonna do a little blend
and
of
it
both.
is actually New Year's Eve. We're
It
filming
is actually New Year's
we're
Eve. Yeah.
actually in
We did
not
it-
a time warp.
Yeah, no, we did it exactly the same way that I believe that we did the
Last
first
time.
episode.
Yeah.
Was quite literally we filmed it on New Year's
We
Eve.
almost should have sat behind there again.
You
to
know,
show
I
the
had
time
said
stamp.
that.
We talked
Oh,
about
you
it.
did. You did.
We had
Okay.
said that, and I
Well-
was like, I want to be on the couch.
Some
This is so much
somebody
more comfortable.
Yeah.
somebody's had a little. tummy
I
issue for a
wanna be
couple
on the
days.
couch. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk
I'm
about
not
it.
saying that because I'm gonna jinx myself, and I'll be calling you guys.
I know.
Yeah.
Steve infected me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gone,
yeah,
dude.
You're welcome. Okay, so first things first, I thought that we could go over what are some of our favorite moments from the podcasts over the past year, like favorite episodes, favorite discussions. I have one in particular in mind.
Oh man, I don't. What
I have
favorite
actually. Well, you know what?
discussions?
It's probably because I'm the guy that edits all this that I can remember more
Favorite
moments from it.
discussions.
But
Ugh.
like favorite discussions, favorite Kelsey's got one. Oh, never mind. Reese's
I-
was a.
I think
Yell
one of
at.
my I don't know if I have favorites, but one that I thought was that I liked the most was what do instructors do when they're not teaching? And it's Dave and I playing baseball.
Oh, I
That's
see what
not
you're
from
doing.
the
That's technically
podcast.
not from the
Oh, it has
podcast.
to be just from the podcast.
I was
thought I meant
thinking-
anything video.
No, you know what? If that's
My
what you
bad.
guys remember better, go for it. It could be any of the videos. Go for it.
Well, from the podcast, I like the frames we take. So, for example, like when we had Michaela on,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't want to do that pose like an anime character.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah,
"But
for
you're
her
doing it."
post. Yeah. We had
and
to force her to do that.
Kick first. It's like how many times are we going
Mhm.
to try to not kick the actual phone as we're
Yeah.
getting
Yeah,
close?
yeah,
The
Yep.
transition. I just thought that was funny because she's objecting, and then at the end of the time,
She'll
I
do
think
it.
we
I
got
think
it, yeah.
I think I liked when Sensei Lauren was coming hard at Steve there for like
That was almost uncomfortable for,
for like. But you're not really a Crocs fan. And he's like, wait, whoa.
Hang on now.
That
Came
was
on to try and
almost-
tear
Had
us
him on the
apart.
heels of his Crocs there for a
Yes.
second.
That was actually
Tried
a
to tear us
funny
apart.
one.
So I have two moments in mind. The first moment was the dying Yoda moment, where we all
Oh,
had
yes.
that one podcast where
Yeah.
if you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to go back and
I
find
know
the
exactly what he's
episode.
talking about.
We were closing out the podcast and my voice cracked something terrible, and then you guys
You were just
right
becoming
on
a man
right
that
on
day.
cue.
That was in the basement, right?
Right on, that was
Yeah.
the night in the base. You guys right on cue started doing the exact same thing, and then he goes, "We sound like dying Yodas." And I was like, that was my first favorite moment. The second favorite moment was the episode before Dave's birthday, where he said that he wanted 40 pairs of Crocs. And then you and I jumped right on that, and we're like, "Ooh, you know what would be even cool if we got 40 keychain Crocs and made them the ornaments on his Christmas tree, and then or we actually get him 40 pairs of Crocs, and he becomes like an ice cream truck vendor for Crocs."
You know, but now
and then
looking
he's
back,
sitting there like, "I need new friends."
Yes, he said exactly
but
that. I need new
I'm
friends.
looking back now. There's that guy that we follow on Instagram that has like
Mhm.
thousands of pairs of Crocs. I'm like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
that could be me. I might have to get a storage unit for my Crocs at some point.
I still
If
think
this
you should get a
continues.
wall mount, like just like the square box.
Yeah, I
decoration.
am aware.
Straight up.
I have ideas, but I
Yes.
also have a wife.
Yes.
Yeah,
Who's
She's got
yep.
divorce papers on the ready.
Mhm.
I was
Mhm,
very
mhm.
close to getting her a pair of Crocs for Christmas, just as a gag.
Gag would be on you when she's like,
You know what would have
throws
been?
him outside.
Yeah, it would have been. I think it would have been closer to not if you'd gotten her a pair of the running
what a
sneakers.
funny skit of like her opening it and then she sees it.
And then
you see the
clocks
side-
him over the
Yeah,
head
you
with
just,
it.
You just see the door, like you see the side of the door.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some
Well, so we have some good moments in the podcast. So
some great moments. All of our guests were awesome.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
all of
kidding.
our
yeah,
guests
we
were
had, we
awesome.
had some good guests. I enjoyed having
Awesome
Dr.
I have a
Capone.
game to play with
Oh,
the
yeah.
guests later on.
We had
a game that we
yeah,
shall
Doc-
play.
What else? What else? Yeah, there were some good moments.
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
are some
we
good
had
moments,
some good
yeah.
moments in the podcast.
I
I mean,
think so.
I mean, the one that sticks out for me is when Steve and I had to film. We filmed an entire podcast that we lost,
Twice.
and then we had to do it again.
2 times in a row.
That was all the technical difficulties stick in my head
Oh my gosh, man.
before we
yeah,
got this set up.
That's true. All the technical difficulties that stuck in it. And then, of course, before we got this set up, and then last week, the audio did not work.
I know. But what was funny about last week is
But it was such
I
a good
came-
episode, though. I
left
could
the
not
room,
post
I was
it.
talking to Kelsey, and I was
Mhm.
getting myself a drink. I come back in, and you're both like, we checked the audio. It's good. We went through your process, which we hate doing, especially
I
Dave.
don't like unplugging.
And
replugging,
then
unplugging,
I sit
replugging.
down. I'm like, okay. you
Yeah,
got
let
it,
me
guys.
explain just to the audience. Just first of all, for those of you guys that
It
still
was
went
too
back
funny.
and watched or listened last week's episode, thank you. You guys are the real fans.
Which it was a
because
good episode too.
It was
It
a
was.
great
It
episode. It was our
was.
Christmas episode.
Tarn,
We did a
farn,
cool
wretched,
Christmas
wretched.
games. We went over like our favorite Christmas things. It was a lot of fun, and that's why. But for some reason, these microphones that
Oh, and there was a-
are definitely working right now. Hang on.
You
Yep,
working?
these
And-
these
and
microphones
there
are
was an
definitely
error.
working right
I
now.
spoke an error on that podcast. I said my favorite was "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and I said, but it's got to be sung by like an old white guy like Bing Crosby. It's actually Frank Sinatra that sings my favorite version.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
interesting,
Sinatra.
interesting.
So you
Okay,
needed
all
an
right. So he fixed
Italian.
it. He changed it. Yeah.
Frank
He
Sinatra.
changed it. But anyways, to those of you guys that watched that episode, yeah,
That's okay.
for some reason the audio wasn't working. So here's how it works: we have the microphones plugged into a professional sound card, which goes onto a little adapter that plugs into Dave's phone. Dave's phone is our camera. So what we do to test the audio is we, just say something to the microphone while it's recording, and then Dave will unplug the adapter just to listen to the audio out of the phone speakers, right? So, and then he'll plug it back in. So for some I guess
I must not
somehow,
have plugged it in
it-
right.
yeah, it must not have been plugged in right or something, because we tested the microphones and they worked perfectly. The audio sounded fine. But then when I went back to edit that episode, I heard the iPhone's microphone audio. I was like, wait a minute, because we had tested it. It sounded fine. I even got my headphones here to keep track of it. We had
But
tested
we
it.
didn't have the
But we didn't have the
headphones.
headphones
The
last
one week that we didn't have the headphones for was the one
Yeah.
week where things went wrong. So that's why if you
And I
guys
think we
during
jammed
this
it.
episode, I'm
I
like taking the
drive-
headphones and listening to it as we talk for a
And
little
I
bit, just make sure
drive
it's still
them
working.
nuts because there's a process that we had before the headphone adapter
Mhm, mhm.
where you'll unplug it and play it, and if you don't hear it, it worked or whatever it may be, right?
No, you don't have to unplug it. So if I just click play with the adapter plugged in,
And you don't
you won't
it.
hear anything.
Okay.
Then you
because
know it's
the
working.
audio is going through the
And we would
sound card.
Because you
unplug
can only have-
unplug it to say, "Can you hear it?" with the microphones, and then plug it back in.
Yeah, it's such
So
a
they skipped that step last week, or they didn't, but it didn't plug back in,
yeah. We did that
correctly.
step last week.
Yeah.
I would
Mhm.
much rather skip the unplug
which we
it
can
step.
now. Which you can now.
But
Yes, because we had the headphones for this episode, so I was able to listen
Yeah,
and make sure that the
perfect.
microphones are still working. But anyways, like
so it's been a
we're
process over a year.
circling back, yeah.
It's been a year-long
just
process.
Thank
of-
you guys for dealing with that episode. But the system has changed from being a laptop using OBS with these microphones using the USB plugins to stuff like that, which was I feel like every other week or every 2 weeks there were technical difficulties with that because it went off of how well the computer was feeling that day.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was based off of is is the computer feeling okay today? Otherwise the video would have been all staticky, which that is what went wrong in episode 2. So that's why we had to, like, whenever you hear us saying, oh man, we had to like literally redo the podcast like 2 times over, that's what had happened. We filmed a whole episode of the podcast without realizing that the whole video was like this. It was all stuttery, and we had no idea until after we were done. So we had to go back and refilm it.
Because
we
at that
had the
point,
table
my
set up for that
Christmas tree
one.
was over there. We didn't have this couch, so the table was in front of the window, which is actually a pretty nice podcast setup, but not great for the living room situation.
Yeah,
So
it looked good.
Not
It
right
looked good
now.
podcast-wise.
Yeah, no, it looked. I thought it was. That was a good episode. That was the tragedy of the pink Crocs.
But I like this setup better, which is
I
going to
do.
match your setup there, the triangle setup, because
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I'm not completely like this to talk to you.
Yeah,
the
no,
whole
I-
time.
Right, with the
I-
microphone on the stand on the table and us having to sit sideways with our mouth facing like that. Yeah, no, I agree.
And then Dave flipping back and forth.
Yep, having to look back and forth between the two.
Well, that's when we had the stands too. Remember?
We did have
using
the stands.
So
We
we
did
were
have the
like,
stands.
The stands I don't mind, but
Yeah.
I get it.
no, but I was turning like this from the stand.
Yeah,
Oh,
with the
yeah.
microphone
And then-
in your hand, you can turn and carry it with
And
you. Or if you're Nick Migliaccio, you can use the microphone to point out what you're doing so that your audio cuts out randomly.
That's what you're supposed to do. No, you have to help
Well-
for the folks that are watching.
Oh yeah, yeah. But those
No,
those were
it's
some
cool.
good moments. Those were some good moments.
And now we got a groove going now.
We
Yes,
do got
we
a
do.
groove going
Yeah, I
now.
love
It is the New Year's Eve. It's going to be a new year tomorrow, fellas.
Anybody have
Four.
New Year's resolution?
That's what I was just about to say.
Oh, okay.
And before we start, if any of you guys have any New Year's resolutions, comment them down below. Charity, comment them down below
No,
because
you
we know
know
that Charity's the only
statistically,
one that comments around
like,
here.
It's like 23% of New Year's resolutions.
Thank you,
fail
Charity.
within the first month,
yes.
and then
So let's not make any important ones.
Yeah,
No, but
exactly.
I do
My
like-
New Year's resolution is to do better with Kickin' and Crocs this year.
But I do like when people don't like
Get out of here, Steve.
like when people don't like New Year's resolutions and they're like, oh, it's arbitrary. It's I'm like, you know what though? It's a nice reset point.
Yeah.
You go like, okay, it's a new year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start fresh. Because sometimes you need arbitrary starting points.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Like
It helps a
every
little bit.
starting point is arbitrary. That's why
It's true.
when people are like, oh well, you should just do it, and it's all starting points are arbitrary.
Mm-hmm.
This is just one that everybody agrees on. Is hey, this is a brand new year.
And
So
we talk about martial arts, right? Are belt colors necessary? No, they're arbitrary as well. But
Correct.
it allows you to stop and say,
To
okay,
see
I
the
reached
progress.
point,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
reset.
Well,
to the
that's
next
a
As
great-
you
one.
see the
that's a great-
progress, yeah.
there's a great idea in literature is that endings are an arbitrary thing because there's really no ending to a story.
Some
'cause you-
comics and animes don't.
keep-
Yeah, they get that a lot.
Yeah, which annoys me. But regardless, it's so I like New Year's resolutions as long as you make them reasonable.
Yeah.
You can't be like
Yeah.
like in goal setting. You can't be like, well, this year I'm going to, and then completely change your lifestyle 100. It just doesn't work. But you can add little things. So my little New Year's resolution, obviously,
Mhm.
is I'd like to stick to like we did really well this month.
We
in,
did.
in getting the
Techniques
of the
and the
week
weapons
and the weapons Wednesdays.
the
It was
12
very
days of Kickmas.
like we got it out every December. Every week in December, there was a technique of the week and there was a weapons Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to
Yep.
kind of make that a thing where every week, every month
Yes.
we have.
I do like your
That's
staff
good.
work by you both staff. Look
Yep.
good.
Thank you.
So I want to get that going proper. I want to once a month maybe get a good.
We're gonna have to do some batch recording
A
because
good
Tuesday's
video.
coming up. We don't have one for this Tuesday.
Yeah, we can get that going. That's New Year's Day. No,
Oh,
it's
so-
not.
No,
No,
it's
no,
tomorrow's
the
New
second.
Year's Day.
The
Yeah,
second.
yeah, you're right.
We
I
can,
lose track of days.
we can try and jump on something tomorrow.
And
maybe.
obviously my training. I want to get my. I can't wait till Declan's. It's between 8 and 10 months where they really allow you to jog with him in the stroller. Like if
Oh,
you
that'll be
follow the
nice.
rules. So once I can start doing that, I feel like I can get back to like a little bit more. And I got to try and time out going to the school to train
Mm.
with his nap time.
Yes.
So if I
Get
can get
there,
that a
though.
little bit better, that would be nice.
Sure.
Love it.
So my goal is just to get back to doing what I was doing before he was born
Now with him.
with him.
With him,
Yeah.
yeah, with the routine.
Maybe
with the
in
routine.
a different way, but that level of training, just fitting it into my lifestyle. Oh, and getting my monkey bars up. down my
Yep,
hallway.
that'll be a
Nice.
good one.
Well,
That'll be
we
cool.
bought the wood. It's sitting in my dad's garage. I
It's
have to
almost
sand
ready to
it.
go.
So I got all the supplies for it.
Oh,
So-
can't wait.
I'm gonna
I like
take a
it.
Nick sit up here.
It's good. It's comfortable.
All right, so
Steve, what's
me,
yours?
my turn.
Well, because you're sitting up so far, and now I feel like I'm slouchy. I was like, oh, I'm slouchy.
all right. You know what? I'm gonna slouch down farther because you guys. I can't.
No,
you guys
Steve
on a
is-
couch.
But Steve's
Get
got
out
the
of
leather
here.
cushion there.
Yeah.
Get
That's
outta
the-
here.
That's the drop of your
We were
cushion.
on a
And
couch.
to
I'm
be
slouching.
fair, Steve is a notorious sloucher anyway. So.
Oh yeah, every single episode. Listen, if I'm gonna do a podcast, I'm gonna be
But
comfortable.
Steve's like a good deal younger than us, so like
Also
it
correct.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Also
exactly.
correct.
Doesn't
Yeah, man.
show.
So as far as New Year's resolutions go, here I'll do my Kickin' and Crocs one first. My Kickin' and Crocs one is to make sure that I'm more consistent with editing. I need to be better at editing.
Oh, I want to get better at editing too.
Yeah, I wanna
I'm
get-
enjoying doing the
be
weapons
more
Wednesdays.
consistent with editing.
I wanted to,
You too as well.
so I can help out.
Be more consistent
love
with
it. I used to edit
editing.
all the time.
Be more consistent with
Wearing your
getting
Crocs everywhere you
a
go.
no. Be more consistent. I pretty much do that anyways already, man. Be more consistent with getting a clip. So you know how I would post like
Yep.
a little clip from the podcast
Yes,
episodes
yes.
and put them up. Those usually did really well. I just didn't do it for each episode. I don't know. I just procrastinated and just didn't get to it. So my goal is to have a set day where you get a clip from the podcast just to kind of like drive more content towards that as well. And I guess as like a personal New Year's resolution, I guess would be to train more. Definitely to train more and to get back into doing more things with weights. Either it
Weight
be
training.
kettlebells at Nick's house. He's invited me
Spartan
over.
race stuff.
Spartan race stuff, 100%. Yeah, no, I want to get into that.
I should have said that too. I definitely, my resolution this year, like legitimately, if I had to pick like one personal goal,
Mhm.
is to have a good Spartan season.
Are we still trying to do a competitive one this year or not?
I don't know because they kind of changed the way the competitive ones work a little bit. We'll
Did
have to
they
talk
now?
About. Yes, Danielle was very unhappy.
Oh, that's right, because it's no longer by your age group anymore, is it?
Sort of.
It's more by
They-
place.
You have to read about it because it's still sort of by age group, but they kind of amended. It's very weird.
So they made it more complicated,
It's
basically.
complicated.
Hmm.
But I had, because of the shoulder, I had such a bad season. I couldn't do anything last
No.
year. But now that I'm feeling better, I'm getting back to. I want to be able to like have a season like we did 2 years ago, where we were like,
Hitting every obstacle except for the spear throw.
yeah, Spirit though we're still 50-50 on. But we had a really good
Spirit throw.
2022 season.
We did.
And then
We did.
2023 was like
A lot
garbage.
of
33 was a little all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah. And Kelsey couldn't do it. She's excited to get back, and so we're just looking to have a good season.
Yeah, man. Nicola.
I think I definitely want to get ready for something simple for me, but for you guys it's easy. But for us, the Murph challenge, I wanted to do that. So Luca was going to actually prep with me to do it.
You should do it with us.
Yeah,
We
so
do
I
it. Yeah,
will.
that's a good one. We enjoy that one.
So I think
We've done
he-
that 2 years in a row now.
Yes, we have.
Yep. So he had,
But
talked
only
about
previous year in Crocs.
That's right. Only 1 year in
Yes.
Crocs.
All right. So he had talked about doing that with us. The same. I'd like to get a little bit more savvy with the editing because I used to do a lot of editing. So I think it'd be great to kind of see what Steve's doing and if we can help out. Those are the two minor things.
Yeah, I like the
You
little video edits. I don't think I could do a full. Just time.
I think
I don't
the
think I have
way-
the time to do full.
The way that we do the techniques of the week and the weapons Wednesdays, I think that's just fine. I don't think it needs to get much more fancy than that because you know that.
definitely not.
Not to detract, to sidetrack too much, but the vertical content, the short form content, is starting to become a lot like the longer form content now, where people are literally putting jump cuts and angle changes
Yeah.
into those videos, try to keep people's attention. You know, and maybe
Yeah, I
if
don't
we,
know if I'm a
maybe
I
huge
may-
fan of that.
I
I don't
maybe if-
mind the
I've
cuts to the
done.
face
I've
and
done.
someone's getting
I've done
hot.
two
watch
cuts
the show.
where I've had to like. Just try
Yeah.
to get it within a minute.
Mhm.
I'm getting better with it, but like I like that I can do those real quick and just kind of take the load off of him for the long.
well, that was definitely a big help when it came to me
mean-
having to do the 12 days of Kickmas for this past
And
month.
they're
Not having to
short.
worry about techniques of the week and weapons Wednesdays helped with that.
and they're
a
short,
lot.
so it doesn't take
And
a
they came
long
out good.
time to.
No, they
it's
came out just
quick.
fine too. Yeah.
Just boom, boom, done.
Anyways, what was another one you had? Were you keep it going, or was that it?
No, I think that was it, and then
Okay.
just getting a little bit more consistent with my training, balancing with the works. This year with the work, I had 3 or 4 pretty big
Is
shifts.
Luca planning on doing
So-
the Murph with us?
I mean, if he's training with
If
me,
he's gonna
he's
prep
not
for it, you
gonna
might
say
as well.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you might have to
Um,
modify some of the pull-up.
Yeah, that's going to be
sectioning,
our biggest challenge, even at the house. Like I have the pull-up bar at the house, but we're going to start with the bands just to kind of get him comfortable with the motion.
He will do all of
and
it.
then do that. Yeah, but
He will do
when
all
I had
of
told
it.
him what it was, he goes, "Sure, let's do it." So he wasn't against it. He knows it's a lot, but we have time. It was in May, I think it is, right?
Yeah, it's in May.
Memorial Day.
Memorial
It's
Day,
a
yeah.
Memorial Day.
Yep.
It's
So-
a Memorial Day tradition.
I mean,
Yep.
even if we can get halfway through year one and all the way through year two or whatever it may be, just
Well,
getting it out there.
there's
and
no
doing it.
specific time limit.
No,
on it
not at
either.
all.
Yeah.
So you do it at your.
Not at all.
But I'm
At our
excited
pace.
to start training for it literally this week and then have a partner in crime doing it. So,
Yeah.
should be cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But no, for me, I don't redo a lot of things in the new year because I keep my stuff pretty consistent with
Yeah.
what I need to. But
Mhm.
as
Most
you
of
said,
my
it's a
resolutions
nice
are
touch.
improving on
What I'm
what
already
I'm
working
already doing. They're not grand changes, but
No, well, it's like you just said before. New Year's resolutions are good as long as you're not trying to make them too drastic. You know, like the people that go, I'm going to get in shape in the new year. That is too general.
Yeah.
You need to find the fine line. You need to find that middle point where you have it mapped out, you have a plan, you have everything listed out as to what exactly
Yeah.
you need to do to reach that goal. You know, you
And-
break the goals down
And
into
it
chunks.
could be simple
long-term,
things.
short-term.
I'm going to attend the gym 3
Mhm.
days a
and
week.
starting
Yep.
small too. Sometimes I start with these two epically big workouts,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're so
Yeah.
sore afterwards. The tracking
That's what
thing.
that's what
Start
deters them from it.
Small.
Yeah.
So because if you start and you do an epic workout, like you're gonna feel great doing that workout, and then you're gonna be sore for the next week, and then you go, I don't want to work out.
Yeah, I can't feel
It's
like
too,
this all
it's-
the time.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
so. No, if you start off and do
Start
like
small.
just a 10-minute workout and start building off of that, or 15-minute.
Yeah.
Start building your way up because you can't just jump in and like
Yep.
kill it, and then
Nope.
especially if you've not done it.
And everybody out there, you have to
Exactly.
remember, like you look at professional athletes that play every day. One, they're probably sore, and then I start talking about it. And
Yeah.
two, they have recovery
So
methods.
talk about it.
They have recovery methods available to them that we may not have all the time.
Well, people
So
forget that there's
allow your body to recover. Do a little bit less at first,
Mm-hmm.
and then add on gradually.
people forget the mid ground. So that like there's you're either the way where it works a lot of times. I either think you're out of shape or in shape is like you watch these people on Instagram that are like training like pro level athletes, and you're like, okay, but there's an in between in shape where like you're not necessarily training like a pro athlete because you don't have time to do that, but you're not super lazy either.
Exactly.
Just doing
that
something.
in between.
Yeah, you got to
do
find the
something.
in between. Yeah,
So
man.
what do you got, Steve?
We're moving on. Okay, very good. Okay, so the next thing that I had was we host our podcast through this site called Buzzsprout. That's like our distributor. Buzzsprout distributes our podcast to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio.
Wherever podcasts are available.
Wherever podcasts are available. It distributes it to it, and then it keeps track of our stats, sort of like the way Spotify does with the Spotify Wrapped
What was our best episode?
at the end of it. So it gave us what's called our backtrack.
I bet I
for-
was on our best
for
episode.
for 2025. I bet you were
I
too.
wasn't, was I?
I bet you were too.
I wasn't. No, I don't know. Maybe.
So, just as a disclaimer, this backtrack came out before we posted our Christmas last week. So it's up to episode 48. So it does leave out the Christmas episode, but that means that
That's
next
okay.
year's will involve the Christmas. Next year's will involve everything from 49 onward.
Right.
So our 2023 backtrack. Let's take a look here. Let me click on this
I bet
link
I'm on the
here.
best
It's gonna take
episode.
us to
Most views.
buzz spread
This
buzz,
guy.
buzz,
Do it.
buzz sprout. Okay, so our 2023 backtrack. We did a 48 episodes. Like I said, it went up to 48 episodes.
There's the boy.
It gave us the weekly warrior. We averaged 0.92 episodes per week because there were 2 weeks that we missed some.
Okay.
So
Oh.
So close.
dag nabbit. Our number one most popular city listening to was Laurelton. So this section of Bricktown.
Okay.
That was the
Heck is
100.
about-
Yeah, just 115 downloads were made in Laurelton for the podcast. The audio. This is the audio only, by the way. This isn't counting the YouTube views and stuff like that.
Really?
This is
Okay.
just the audio only. Our second largest was Tom's River with 86 downloads. Our third largest was New York City with 66 downloads.
Whoa.
Our
Thanks, Michaela.
Seriously.
our third largest was Newark, New Jersey with 58 downloads.
Wow.
Now
And
this is total for the year.
this is total for the year up to
Newark.
episode 48. And our fourth largest was Lakewood with 52 downloads.
Who would have thought New York and Newark? That's really
that's
interesting.
pretty cool,
Yeah,
man.
'cause you don't
Oh,
think
it
we
gets
have the
even
audience
better
there.
because they have different countries as well. So our podcast was listened to in 9 different countries in 2023.
Okay.
most of it was in the United States, obviously. So total downloads in the U.S. was 845.
Okay.
And in second place was Australia with 3 downloads.
Okay.
In
Good
third
day.
in third place, good day, not good day, just
day.
good
Good
day.
day.
You get rid of the ud.
This is how I speak. Good day, mate.
Don't just.
To everyone that
Good
listens
day.
from to the 3
We
listeners,
apologize
the 3 listeners in
now.
Australia, we apologize.
Don't chuck a sickie tomorrow.
And they just tuned out and they're gone.
Yeah.
Um,
Now we're down to 0.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And
We lost
the
Australia.
fourth country was Ecuador with 2 downloads.
You know, Bluey's from Australia.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
probably
so
what
you
it
should
is.
do
They
better.
heard about it. Yeah, you list like Bluey. The next one was, I think it's the 5th one, was Germany with 2 downloads, and Canada with 2 downloads.
Hey,
You know what's funny? You have 0 from Italy.
0 from Italy.
and you have
0.
family.
I know.
You
Get
gotta
out
your family to
You
get
know,
on this,
I don't
man.
really advertise it. The other day was the first
Advertise
time.
it.
The-
Come
the
on,
other
You
bro.
day
gotta
was
get
the
out there.
first-
Every
Buongiorno,
episode.
podcast.
Every podcast.
If I say that, we're gonna get
pasta.
negative. You know,
Yeah.
responses
Buongiorno,
only.
podcast.
What the kind of pasta is that?
Stromboli.
We'll do an episode where we'll mention a couple Italian things. We'll say some phrases, and I'll throw it to the
Well, we
family
mentioned
later.
Italian things before.
Stromboli.
Yeah. Anyways, okay,
The
so
money goes.
here are our top episodes.
Called
Our
manicotti.
top episodes.
Don't you dare.
So I hate to say it, but all of our top episodes were our earlier episodes. So
That's when we were more on track with what we were doing.
That was one of my New Year's resolutions too, is to actually have an agenda for the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
yeah, we've had for the past 2.
Right.
We did. No, we did. We had like
No,
a
we
list of
did. We
things
did. We
went
did have
through,
a
yeah.
loose agenda.
We did
Go
for
on.
this one too. We had the agenda. Anyway, so
yeah, we do have to
okay,
get a little agenda. here.
our so here's our top 5, starting with number 5, episode 2, the tragedy of the pink Crocs. It was number 5.
Okay.
Well,
that was
people
the
are interested
episode
in
that-
origin stories too. That's
Yes.
the problem.
And
That
that
was
was the
good.
episode where Nick was not there.
Yep.
Number 5 makes sense.
Number 5. No, episode 4. Episode 4. I'm sorry. Number 4.
Episode 4.
No, it's not episode 4. It's episode 5.
Oh.
Dave, the clumsy caped crusader.
My
Oh,
is
yeah.
that should be number
episode-
one.
is
When I
number
knocked
4.
over-
Number 4.
Ah, it's a
The
tragic
Blood
memory
Vows.
for me. I don't like that.
And you had the short clips on that one. Too.
Yep,
You
yep,
started
that's
the
true. I
short
did that
clips.
one as well. Number 3, episode 6, we trained with Mighty Mouse.
Yep, that
So-
was the basic one.
Yeah, that was a basement
That's
one
a
as
good
well.
one. That's a
So
good one.
obviously the name of Mighty Mouse. That's why I put them in the title, was to help draw some.
Yeah.
So
attract
far,
some viewers.
location doesn't really matter.
No.
One was in the office.
Location
one was
doesn't
in the
matter
basement,
at
one
all.
was
No.
here.
Okay, number 2.
It's not real estate.
Number 2.
Is it though?
And
Location.
number 2, and this is definitely something you're going to want to tell her, was episode 4, our first guest, Lauren.
Don't.
Oh.
Number
now
2.
She's we're never
Yeah, they're
gonna
going to live it down, right? They're
Get
going to live it
out
down.
Wow.
And
Nice job, Lauren.
not a big surprise, but number 1 was episode 1, the origin of Kickin' and Crocs.
Wow.
Oh wow,
So
really?
that was our most.
Now these are
downloaded,
all
listened to episode.
audio.
This is all the stats I'm giving is just for the audio episodes. I could always, for next week, I could go back and look at our YouTube ones and see which
That'd be
was the best for YouTube.
We do
I'd go
need
back
to
and do
step
that.
up our game with the agenda, though. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that even if we almost had it like before the episode started,
So yeah.
like flash up the agenda that what we're going to cover today, and then we literally talk about those things.
Yeah,
So just
good.
in summary, the podcast got a total of 858 downloads throughout for the first 48 episodes, not counting
For audio.
49 in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, not counting this one. It was streamed in 9 countries, and it was the total amount of minutes that it was listened to for was 2,547 minutes.
Wow.
Not
So,
bad.
let's
Not
keep it going.
bad at
Good start
all.
to the
there,
first
gang.
year.
Keep it going.
Not bad at all for our first year, right?
And we did set a goal. How many subscribers did we want?
wanted.
By,
Nick gave a very specific number last
2024?
podcast. I forget. At first it was just 1,000, but then Nick literally went and
I
made it
went
into this whole
Like,
bigger,
yeah.
like stranger number. I forget what it
Yeah,
was.
like 2000.
We can keep it at 1,000. We can keep it at
we're
1,000.
gonna get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024.
Okay.
That's not specifically for the podcast, though. That's for like
No,
videos
subscribers
just
and-
across the base, which
Yeah,
we're gonna,
cross all it.
which we're gonna get. Your wife just sent me a snap.
And do we know where we're at right now? 'Cause
Yeah,
we're
no,
at
it's probably just the baby.
340
okay.
something in YouTube. Right?
We're here. I can look up. Like I said, all the YouTube stuff. I will bring that for next week.
That's
I
the
will
next
have
week.
all
Love
that
it.
for
So-
next week. I
Love it.
promise.
So that's great. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Right?
Lauren is our top guest.
Lauren,
So-
yeah. Notice none of the other guest episodes are up there.
You know, it's
At
interesting.
least
I
for the- at
really
least for the audio,
thought-
at least for the audio
I
listeners.
thought it was without a doubt was going to be Andrew's episode because on the YouTube he had the most
Yeah.
views that episode.
I'll have that might have changed
Well,
by
we'll
now.
have
We
to
don't know.
see.
I'll
We'll
have
have
to
to
go
see.
back. Like I
What,
said, next week I'll have all that.
So
for
what was
next
your
week.
favorite non-podcast moment?
We could do that real quick, and then I have a game we gotta play.
Non-podcast moment, meaning like behind the scenes.
You already said it. Well, no.
Yeah,
like,
you already
like
said it
regular
before,
videos.
yeah.
You like
Oh
the
yeah,
baseball
I like
thing.
the baseball thing. I thought I still watch that stupid
I mean,
clip. I think it's
for
So
hilarious.
me-
what do martial artists do in their spare time?
And you had the great music. Dave's looking ridiculous with his pitch.
Well, that was like when I-
yes.
my quick tutorial about like building the croc trucks.
Yes, that was good.
That was good.
Dave, how could you build your own Crocs?
But
trucks?
I like I liked when we did the Magic Crocs too.
That was gonna be my favorite. I mean, I feel like that's gonna be
That was
everybody's favorite.
just an epic.
Comment below what your favorite video was from us throughout the past year. But
that was just
oh
just
man,
the doing of that one.
yeah.
Like
With the
we
experience
need
of it.
to
to
get
put
on
the
that,
multiple,
man.
the multiple shots and having to redo things over and over. It's like, no, Dave, look angrier. No, angrier. No, make this face. No, like
Yeah.
now we need you to just stand in the background and stare at them. Like,
Steve, yep.
like when they're talking to the desk, I had to just be in the background, like
be like this.
glaring at them. Like,
Oh God, I'm
like
outside.
just all the different directions, the running down the hallway.
Yeah.
Well, I think it feels more like a show that way.
Yeah.
because you feel like more of the part of the production that way.
Well,
Yeah,
we have a lot of great ideas. Like we still got to do our Ninja Turtles video, our
Yep.
Ninja Turtles challenge
Well, I think
video.
that's gonna somewhat morph into the battle for the gibbets.
You think so?
Maybe we'll see.
I was gonna make those two separate.
We could.
I was gonna make those two separate.
and there's no wrong answer. We can.
There
No,
is
there's
no wrong
not.
answers.
Well played.
Yeah.
Let's play your game.
Okay, yeah, we'll do
We got
that.
a game.
Well, that's true. Okay, let's do it. So,
We got a game.
so I thought it'd be fun since we had 11 total guests. 11 total guests. I have them. I have them listed here.
them
And
here.
yeah, I will in a
You don't
second.
need them. I know who they all are.
I
Come
do.
on,
Well, that's
use your
great.
memory.
But for the game, I wanted them written out just so you could look. So what I did was I went to each episode that for each guest, and I pulled a quote that they said
Mm.
in these
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
episodes. Some of them are a little bit more obvious than others. So what
My
you
name
need-
is Len.
yeah.
That was
So-
Len.
So what you need to do is from the list of guests that we have, you got to decide which
Now, is it
guest
one per
said that
per
line.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
we got it,
one
we
per
got
each
it.
person. Yep,
Okay,
I only
let's
had
do it.
time to do one per each person.
Okay.
Next anniversary, I might actually be able to have time to do more.
No, I like
So
it. I like it.
Alright, let's do it.
let's play Name That Guest. So these are not going to be in order either. They're not going to be in the order that they appeared in either.
Yes, of
So
course.
I'm going to mix it up. Okay, so we'll start with an easy one. Okay, ready?
Becoming a doctor was
Yeah, exactly.
I know who that was. Okay, so the first quote: Crocs are very fashionable. They are very in right now.
That's easy. That's Michaela.
That's what I said. I
Right,
said
yep.
we're gonna start with an easy one. So yep, ding 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 ding. Michaela Day
Nice
said
job,
that
Michaela.
quote. Next episode. No, actually, you know what? I might forget what some of these are. I didn't put their names next to it, so I might have to try to guess as well. Okay, next quote. That'll be fun for a little while, and then it's gonna get real sad for you.
Oh boy.
It'll be fun for a little while.
Like I said, some of these are harder than others, so I'm gonna be bouncing
And
around
then
a
it's
little
gonna
bit.
get real sad for you. That's
Was that
that's either that's gotta be-
Lauren.
I think it's Alex.
So you say Alex.
I think it's an Alex. It's an Alex or an
Hold
Ian.
on. Say it
That'll
one
be
more time.
that'll be fun for you. I'm sorry. That'll be fun for a little while, and then it's gonna get real sad for you.
That could be a Mike too.
Wow.
That's a Mike. That's a,
I'm gonna say
This is one of the harder ones.
Lauren, but I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Okay, so Nick says Lauren. Dave says.
oh no! Actually, changed my mind. That's a Len.
Okay, Len. Okay, so
Oh,
which one? You said 3 people so far.
I
So
did-
which
I
one are you
think-
gonna go
I
with?
think I'm gonna hold with the Len.
You're gonna hold with Len. Your first answer was right. That was Alex.
Damn.
Ah.
I
that
knew it
was
was either
Alex.
Alex or
He was
it's
talking.
that
Oh,
humor.
by the way, here
Yeah,
we'll
no,
do
exactly.
this.
That's what I was
It's
trying to
that
think of.
it's that humor.
And I
It's
didn't know if
Alex.
Lauren said it like in her rant against Steve.
Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. Ready? So if you guys
All
are
right,
ever
good.
having struggling with one of them, I can provide some context
Yeah, yeah,
behind
yeah.
the quote.
That's
No,
Alex.
no, no. We gotta get things.
That's an
wrong.
Alex.
okay.
It's okay
just
for us to
brush
get
my
things
help
wrong. We
off.
don't-
That's fine.
We don't need a
Whatever,
medal
man.
for
I
that.
don't need a yeah.
Okay.
Like what is participation? If you guys are struggling, I'll help you.
No,
No.
we got it wrong.
All right, here we go.
okay.
Good job, Alex. You stumped
Okay.
us.
Next quote.
I knew the humor though was very
know.
Alex.
Yeah, I was like,
My
he
first
said it
guess
right. I
was
was like,
right.
wow, he got that right off the bat, and then he changed his answer. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I should always stick to your first gut.
yeah, that's
All
what
right,
you
go
got,
on.
man. Okay, so here we go. Next quote. Why would a post-mortem person need shoes?
Oh, post-mortem. That's either Pacone or Len because it's medical. Nobody else would say post-mortem.
That's. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. Len.
Pacone. If he's going Len, I'll go Pacone.
It was Len. It was
Yeah.
See, I
Len.
knew it was one of the two of them because they're
Len.
both in the medical field.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
nobody
but
else would say
I
post-mortem.
tried to get some
But I
quotes where
don't
you'd be able
think-
to read into it a little
I
bit.
didn't think Pacone would go even in that topic. so
Yeah.
that's why
Well, I
went,
mean,
yeah, Len.
like Vinatelli's not saying post-mortem.
No.
V-Rock
He'd be
is-
like, "Why dead guy shoe?" Love you,
Steve
Steve.
keeps things simple and
All
right to
right.
the point. I love it.
Here we go. Next one. If I was in the right spot 20 feet over, I would have been dead. This is a hard one.
Oh man.
If I was in the right spot 20 feet over,
That's
I would have been dead.
Vinatelli. Vinatelli or Ian?
Once again, if you need some context behind it.
I don't.
No context.
Okay,
No hints.
fine, man.
It's Andrew or Vinatelli.
No, it wasn't Andrew.
Vinatelli. I'm saying Vinatelli.
I'm gonna say. Hold on. I'm trying to think of this is a Rob story. Like it almost sounds like a Rob story.
It is worded like Rob.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Rob, and he's saying Vinatelli.
Both wrong. Would you like to try one more time?
No. No,
Okay.
just kidding. You want to go again?
Oh, you know what we should be doing here? We should be crossing off which ones you guys get so you don't try to re-say them.
Well, we've got.
was it?
Yeah. go
Okay.
ahead.
It was Mike Shannon.
Well, I said Rob or Mike. Is in my head. It's
Mhm.
like one of
Yeah,
the younger
it's like
guys'
one of the- yeah.
stories,
Mhm.
and I couldn't remember the story.
All right,
I'm
that's a
like,
Mike.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Mike. All right.
Next one. I'll go back to like a little bit of an easier one. Ready? I got a pair of
My name
Crocs.
is-
I got a pair of Crocs, and he told me they were ugly.
Lauren.
Yeah, that's Lauren.
That's Lauren.
Yeah,
There you go.
nice.
See, I gotta feature an easy one every now and then.
There
You know.
you
you
go.
know. Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
Next quote. I was really excited for this idea. I started messing around on Pinterest and getting some photo references. Definitely wanted to reference Killer Croc.
Oh, that's Dave Caravella. 'Cause that's when he was making the logo.
Yeah, that was his design.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, there we go. You know what I should have done? I should have had you guys take turns. 'Cause you
Yeah.
guys
Oh,
came
yeah.
together. Anyways, okay, next. I was working at a greenhouse.
Take turns. Your turn.
I was working at a greenhouse.
I was working at a greenhouse.
I
You
know
know,
it is.
botany.
I know it was, but you can go.
I was working at a greenhouse. Oh God, is that Rob or Ian?
Ian. I think
Yeah, it's Ian.
It was Ian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was
He's
Ian.
working
Very
at a
good. Very
greenhouse.
good. I was
remembering
working at a
that.
greenhouse.
See,
It was
look, I'm remembering more than I
Ian.
thought.
Oh, I knew it was one of the two of them.
Yeah.
Okay, next
Well,
quote.
you said both things. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I got onto the stage, I was
Oh,
like,
that's
"Oh my
Vinatelli.
God, this is
That's
tiny."
Vinatelli.
Yeah. It's
I
V
know the
Rocket.
story.
That's
That's
V
it,
Rocket.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's his
When he was
talent
nervous
show.
about the talent
Yeah.
show. Yep.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Next one.
We got to get V Rocket on video.
That was because we
Yeah,
didn't get him on
yeah.
video.
We'll have him back on. Okay, next quote. There was one Halloween costume where I had to get my hair teased.
One Halloween costume. I had to get
Didn't
my
we do all
hair
the? We did all the
teased.
girls, right? We had Michaela already. We did Lauren. We did.
We got Alex
Lauren.
already. That's
We did Mike. Who
now that's Pacone. Is it Pacone or Andrew?
No, we did Pacone.
No, we didn't.
Yes.
No, we didn't.
Oh no. Oh no, you're right. We did Len.
See, this is why we should be crossing them off.
No. Is that Andrew? It's Andrew.
No.
Dave says Andrew. Final
Andrew or
answer.
Pacone?
And Nick says.
Oh, it could be Rob because Rob had the long
I'm gonna
hair.
Say Rob.
Good save. It was Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it didn't sound like the other two at all.
All right, next one. The mental game is a big part of it.
Pacone.
Pacone. Yeah.
There you go.
That was what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was hoping that one could go either way, like Andrew
Yeah.
or Capone. Actually, I think there's only one left, right?
Oh,
It's Andrew.
Yes, Andrew. Andrew. And his
What was
quote. Actually, you know what? How about you guys guess what the? No, I'm kidding. That's
No,
not-
right.
The quote was, "I'm kinda a notorious sicko. I like to play a lot of practical jokes."
Oh yeah, that's Andrew.
Yeah, it's Andrew.
Mhm,
He
mhm.
lit my arm on fire.
All right,
once.
there you guys go. You guys, you told that story on the
Yeah.
podcast, and there you guys have it. That was Name That Guest. You guys did very well.
Nice job.
So-
There you go. Well
So we have
done.
one last video that has to be finished.
Yes,
The battle for the gibbets.
I know.
No,
I
now,
gotta
are you
get-
gonna do?
Well,
the-
battle. I gotta
Well, no,
finish
no,
up the
you
one
gotta
that we
finish
did. I
the
gotta finish up
unveiling of the
presenting of the
So-
gibbets, and
so-
then
No,
we'll get
but
to that.
also the 12
I'll
Days of
upload that one
Christmas.
tomorrow.
Are you
Huh?
going to do the 12 Days of Christmas all the way through and back, like the song?
Oh no, that'll be for next year. I'm gonna post that whole
Yeah.
entire thing as a song. It's kind of like a hey, remember what we did last year?
Well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
Oh.
try. I'm gonna try to write a version 3.
There's gonna be a version
I'm
3,
gonna
but
try
I
my
was gonna
best.
post the version from this year. I'm gonna turn it all into one big long video, and then in the beginning of December, before the 12 days of Kickmas actually starts, I'll repost that one and say, hey, guess what we're doing again this year?
I'm
Remember
gonna try
last year's?
my very best to rewrite a 3rd version.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
We'll
got
see.
this. We got this.
I'll tell you, at Christmas at my brother-in-law's house,
Yeah.
we watched each individual one because they wanted to see the changes
yeah.
in the fifth one.
Yeah.
So we watched from 5 on because they wanted to see all the updates on
Oh,
it.
that's great.
And their favorite was Luca kicking at the end for some reason. I love the
Because
car
it's
one.
Luca. That's why.
I love the car
The
one.
car one was
that
good
was
too.
really well
So
done.
The car one was
But-
great.
So you got to finish the unveiling of the gibbets. But
I do got to
but
finish the
hold,
unveiling.
Please hold my mic,
and then
please.
we'll get and then we'll go. Oh, sorry. Oh, jeez. Oh, what?
What do we
And
got?
then we're going to. There's a present.
all right.
So, for the battle for the gibbets.
Yes. Did you get this for Christmas?
No, I got this for us.
Wow.
This is a magnetic Ninja Star dartboard. One of
We
you
could use
guys,
this for the Ninja
one of you
Turtles
guys
one.
can take it, but I bought it for you guys. So we're going to use this for one of the challenges, and then I also figured, since you guys don't have a binder to put said gibbets in,
Hey, it's our lanyards. We got a Gibbet lanyard. Woo!
Thank you so much.
so as we battle for Croc gibbets,
There's baby Declan.
you're going to need something to fight for the gibbets. We're going
I
to need
love
something to
it.
put them in.
Yes, we are.
So I got a binder, but you guys
Yeah, we
need
got
something.
them lanyards, baby. Let's go.
Thank you.
So
Mm-hmm.
so you can gibbet up your lanyards.
I see this being used for guests too, where like if there's something we want to ask or talk about, we put it on the board and have the guests like throw the
Ooh, that would be
star.
fun.
I don't
yeah.
know how good it is because again,
Well, we can
it's
test
a
it out.
magnetic
Today.
shuriken training.
We can test it out.
But,
we can
uh,
test
Trying
it.
it today.
I saw it and I immediately
Okay.
thought, oh, this will be cool.
We can test it
playing
out.
it today.
Well, here's
I
what I'm
love it.
thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. We could either use it for the gibbets one,
Or the Ninja
or we could do
Turtles.
it for the. Although I'm thinking though, it'd be cooler to use this for the gibbets one because you could put the gibbets in the
Or you
spots,
could, or
or
you
you can draw them on there,
or
and
you
then
could
you
put
can
them by
whichever one you
number.
land
You
on.
can put them by number. Too.
Yeah.
And I have a question for you, Dave. The game that we have, the axe throwing game, you know the one I'm talking about. The
Yes,
pins.
they have a Ninja Star one.
Can I get the Ninja Stars but for the same board? Like I have the board
I
already.
don't know.
Because then I'll just buy the Ninja Stars.
don't
and
know.
we can use that too. Like whoever
I don't
gets
know.
X points.
My cousin
Yeah.
has that.
Well, with any
with
which
the
way,
Ninja Stars.
we could use it for
Okay.
both. You know what? Let's use it for both
But
the Ninja Turtles and the
I thought
gibbets
this
one.
would be a cool addition when I saw it. I was like, I got to get it for. And then obviously I knew I was going to get the lanyards because you can't be
Well, how
fighting
many-
for gibbets.
Is this what the board looks like right away? Like that's how
I
is this how many
haven't
spots
opened
there
it.
are?
I saved it.
We're
Okay.
gonna, we're gonna do that.
Well, what we can do is, I was about to say, if there's not enough spots, we could make this just one of the challenges for some of them, and then have a different challenge for
Oh,
another
we're gonna
group,
do
and then
different
challenge
challenges
for
for
another
sure.
group. Yeah, that's what I was
This is
thinking.
just one challenge. Whoever gets,
He's
we
looking.
can do it. Whoever gets the highest points could get their choice of a gibbet.
you
or
can do high
whatever.
and low. You can do evens and odds. You can do whatever.
But I
Okay.
figured, you need something to put gibbets in too. So
Yeah, so thank you.
it can't just be Crocs.
Thank you.
Thank
That
you,
was
buddy.
great.
Yeah, because I've run out of pairs already. Actually, believe it or not, you'd be surprised how many gibbets I find just lying around.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I have two. I have two gibbets lying around that I that don't have homes. So I took them, but I don't think I have Crocs to put them in. I think I ran out of pairs.
Yeah, well, they're cool, and all the people that work at the Crocs outlet have them all filled up.
Yeah.
So
So definitely going to be using this for
Oh,
sure.
so there
Thank
you
you,
go.
man. That's awesome.
Thank you. That's
Well-
this is really cool.
Well, what a way to end the first year of Kickin' and Crocs, the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking with us for this ride, for
And-
all the ups and the downs and the
yeah,
lefts
lots
and the
of
rights.
ups coming up.
Lots of ups coming up. We are gonna kick it into full gear this year. We are
2024 's
driving
epic.
forward, driving forward. We
Kids
want to
still say
get
epic?
this going.
It's gonna be
Kids
epic.
still say epic. Kids
Yeah, I
still
don't know
say epic.
anything. You don't ask me.
Kids still say
Look at
kids
that
still
way.
say epic.
Steve, do
Kids
you still say epic?
I still
Yeah,
say
there you go.
epic. I still say
But
epic.
you're
from
almost
time
to the
time.
age now where you're gonna be out of touch. Almost.
There's already some things
There's
kids
a
are
great
saying.
meme.
There's
a-
already
there's
some
a
things
great
kids are saying. I don't
meme
understand it.
Of the genie, like the shackles coming off, and it's like when you're 30 and you no longer have to follow internet trends. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm free.
Well, anyways, so just thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
sticking with us.
We got to do
Doing it, everybody.
a Happy New Year.
We do have to do a Happy New Year message. We'll do that after. Yeah, we'll do that after.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, that is all we got for today. So, if you want to join us for the second year of this incredible journey that we're doing here at Kickin' and Crocs, then you need to follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. Am I still saying Threads?
It's there.
You just
All
did.
right. Well, okay. Well, and Threads for now.
On
I might take.
X.
I
No,
might.
not on X.
I might take Threads away for the new year. We'll see.
We'll
but
be on X though.
We're not gonna. We're not gonna be on X. We're
Oh,
not.
I'm
gonna-
gonna set up an X account.
We should be
No,
on
we're not.
X.
Well, why?
I don't know because the kids are on X.
We're not gonna do
Are
that.
kids on X?
Oh.
No, kids are not on X.
It sounds like a
I
drug.
was just
Are
gonna
kids
say.
on,
Are they on the X?
are the kids on the X?
You shouldn't be on the X.
Okay, well, anyways, make sure you
Twitter.
follow us on Instagram and on TikTok, maybe Threads, your choice, at Kickin and Crocs, KICKIN.in.Crocs.
CROCS.
Subscribe to us on YouTube to watch all the video versions of this podcast and all these awesome videos that we have planned to come out. Magic Crocs 3 is going to be coming out in the new year.
Yes.
The Battle for the Gibbets coming out soon. The Ninja Turtles challenge coming out soon. A bunch of other kicking challenges and tutorials are going to be coming out soon. Our
Indeed.
Weapons Wednesdays, our Techniques of the Week. Make sure you guys follow us on everything and subscribe on YouTube so that you guys can see all that when it first comes out. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. And for all you wonderful people that were one of the 858 downloads in one of the 9 countries and all that are listening to this
Tell
on
your
audio
friends.
on audio only, yes, please share with your friends, but also give us
5-star reviews every single time. And for those of you in other languages or other countries, if we need to start getting subscript in different languages because we get enough of a demand, give us the reason. Give us the reason.
give us a reason to.
I'll
I think
take
that might catapult it to a whole new audience, as if we were to
Oh,
translate like Italian and Spanish and stuff like that.
Oh,
That would
cool.
be pretty
That
cool.
would
Nobody listens to Italian.
Apparently not.
Sciabole.
That's why.
Kicking in Crocs.
Because the delivery's Garbaggio.
All
Yeah.
right.
For
Say it,
Italian.
Dave. Say the line.
Shibuda.
No.
I
Wedding
love you
hour.
from the bottom of my Crocs.
Yes. How do you forget this every
or
time?
let's kick this into comfort
There's
mode.
the
You should
one.
have said that
That's the
before I
one.
started the outro. Okay, let's try this again.
Let's kick this into comfort mode.
Say the final line,
I
Dave.
love you from the bottom of my Crocs.
We all love you from the bottom of our Crocs.
That's gonna be a
And
great shirt when we make Crocs into a heart.
Yep.
It's like from the bottom.
we are
of our
going to make
Crocs.
that into a t-shirt.
Boom.
Charity on you. Anyways. Until next year there, ladies and gentlemen. You stay kicking, Internet.